Well, I've been doing more experiments in the car today, and I've got the electric bike charger running as fast as it can in the back, connected to the DC converter. I've done more experiments, and whenever anything in the car does draw a large amount of power, the voltage does jump up. So, like had the wipers running, put the lights on, put the windows up, and it would jump up just a little bit under those relatively small loads. So I'll show you what's going on in the back just now. So even when I was running the bike charger off this connection here, as it drew more and more power, the voltage measured at this point here started to rise too. It hit about 15 volts here when 13 amps was being pulled from there. But currently I'm pulling 40 amps directly from the DC converter, and the voltage is staying at the cigarette lighter socket 15.11, which is still too high. So we'll try measuring it directly at the DC converter and seeing what it's doing there. So just pick a ground point, any ground point will do. 15.18. Yeah, that's a bit high. So a bit more information on this. When the car is switched off, the DC converter is not active, and the voltage across here is just a 12 volt battery at the front of the car. But whenever the vehicle is on charge, then this is active and you can take lots and lots of power from here. The amount of power this can supply, I read it in one of BMW's data sheets, is 2,500 watts at 12 volts, so that's a huge amount of power. So if you reserve about 1 kilowatt for the entire car, and maybe about roughly a kilowatt for yourself, then you probably couldn't really go wrong with it. But I wouldn't ever want to take more than about 40 amps from it anyway, just to give it all that headroom. So one thing I will say, that it is quite cold today. I think it's been about roughly 8 Celsius. But even still, the voltages that it's taking the front battery up to are still a little high. Like 15 volts, I'd expect those sort of voltages when the battery is like close to freezing. So I'm going to continue to monitor this, and like I'm going to try this experiment again on a really hot day when the battery is quite warm, a 12 volt battery, and I'll see if the problem still persists. I'd imagine that it does have temperature compensation and the voltage will be lower on a warm day. Yes, it's 6.5 degrees Celsius today, so yeah, that's quite cold. So maybe these voltages I'm seeing here aren't too much of a problem, and the car probably could quite easily handle 16 volts going to its various systems. But I certainly hope that will never go up that high. The highest I've ever seen it, I think I was incorrect in my last video, is about 15.2, so really I don't think this is anything to be worried about unless you're seeing these voltages on a really warm day. In that case, the battery is going to be ruined pretty quickly. So down in here I've got quite a lot of these Outlander PHEV batteries for my off-grid system, and I was thinking maybe a future project is I can either get more of those or use some that are in here, put them in the boot, and whenever the car is on charge I could store up loads of extra power to use for other things. So that'd be quite good, kind of like using the car as a cash cow sort of thing. So I think I'll leave it there for today, and I'll post an update to this video on a much warmer day, and we'll see if the problem persists. So hopefully it is just the temperature compensation of the car trying to keep the battery good.